For the last 71 years, we've watched some of the greatest moments in sports history.
The Celtics now lead 45. And West with a long jump. Russell deflected it and keeps it. Beautiful play. Feeds off quickly to Havlicek. Has been guarded by Krebs, who is holding back. Goes up. They jump long. Cousy throws it high in the air. And the Boston Celtics are the world champions. Oscar Robertson throws to Kareem. 7 seconds. Winkle. The guy up. Kareem with a big pressure shot.
Hayes setting something up with Larry Bird, who gets it low. Puts a move on Byron Scott. What a move by Larry Bird. Malone is doubled. They swat at it and steal it. Here comes Chicago. 17 seconds. 17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan open. Chicago with the lead. It's Kobe again. Portland 3 timeouts. The Lakers have 2. Bryant to shot.
And this fall, I'm going to take my time to South Beach. Join Miami.
James pulls up, puts it in. 4-point lead. 35 for LeBron James. Timeout San Antonio.
It's off the runner, defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger?
But what if we went all the way back and redid it? Today is the year 1967. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of NBA 2K History Resimulation here on 2K24. Hope you guys are enjoying the series. If you are, hit that like button. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. And comment down below. Remember, comment down below at the end of the video your updated top 5 players of all time. It helps out the channel too. You know, if you guys want to just comment anything, really, it really helps out the channel. Helps these videos get out there, and I mean, if they get shared more and the YouTube algorithm picks it up and these get, you know, even more views, maybe, you know, one day we could do this way more consistently and a lot more of these videos and maybe a lot more editing too. So, you know, if you guys hit the like button, comment, those things could help potentially, you know, the future of this channel. So I would really appreciate it if you guys did so. Now let's jump in. If you guys missed the last episode, we had 3 different finals winners. The Celtics, who ended up winning a 2nd straight title, against the Warriors, who ended up going to 4 straight, but went 2-2 in those championships. Then the Warriors won a 3rd in 5 years, and then beating the Hawks 4-1. And then the Philadelphia 76ers then won the most recent NBA championship, beating the LA Lakers. And I believe it was Willis Reed who won Finals MVP. Jerry West is on this team. He won a championship there, and another one because he did leave. He was with the Warriors, right? I'm pretty sure. Or wait, no, he was with. Oh yeah, he was with the Warriors, but he was also with the Celtics. Man, Jerry West. How many titles does Jerry West have? He has 3. Okay, he won in. He won with the Celtics, is what it looks like. So, Jerry West has 3 NBA titles as well. Let's jump into the offseason and see what team can separate themselves. We also have a new team entering the league. The Bulls entered last year. We now have the Seattle Supersonics. So a new team. Let's see how that shakes up the league. Bob Cousy is retiring, along with Clyde Lovelet, Walt Davis, and some of the other. Gene Shue is retiring. So a decent amount of players, but the big one is Bob Cousy, a 2-time NBA champion, a 17-time All-Star, 3-time MVP, and obviously winning his 2 championships with the Boston Celtics and winning a Finals MVP in that first year. So Bob Cousy, he's more than likely going to be a Hall of Famer, and there he is. He's the only Hall of Famer in this class, averaging 22.7 points per game in his career, 7 rebounds, and 9 assists, 3 MVPs, 17-time All-Star, 2-time champion, 1-time Finals MVP, 12-time All-NBA first team, 1-time second team and third team, 7-time all defensive first team, 3-time all defensive second team, and then he was on the all rookie first team. Let me know, and he was a rookie of the year. Let me know where he fits in your guys' top 10 list. I think we were getting to the point where we can start doing a top 10. So let me know in the comments below who's in your top 10 and where does Bob Cousy fit in that? Because I mean, it's a hell of a career, man. 17 years, or was it more than that? No, 7. He made the All-Star team every single year. 3 MVPs. He went to a lot of finals games, right? Obviously going a lot with the Pistons. I think he was 0-4 going into, or 0-4, I believe. And then obviously went to Boston and won 2 there with Elgin Baylor and Bill Russell. So I don't know. He's definitely in the top 10. I don't know if he reaches top 5, but let me know in the comments below. What do you guys think? Ooh, this is interesting. The Pistons retire his jersey, but the Boston Celtics do not. Wow, okay. How many years was he with Boston? He was, 5 years, right? So, and he was great. He never really slowed down. He was great his whole career. His worst year was his rookie year. It's pretty impressive. He could have easily played 3 more years. But I don't know. I'm kind of surprised he didn't get his jersey retired with Boston. All right, so this is going to be the draft order. There are 9 players in this draft. So the Royals and Lakers will not get a pick. We've put the Supersonics at pick number 4. They won't get pick number 1. They're a new team. They're a new franchise. They will get pick number 4. The Bulls and Bullets had the 2 worst records in the league, so we will do a coin flip. This actually started in 66, so we're starting a year late. I forgot to do it at the end of last episode. But the Bulls and Bullets will be doing a coin flip for the number 1 overall pick. So Bulls will be heads, Bullets will be tails. So the team at number 1, with the worst record, will always get heads when we do this. All right? So here we go. The coin says, all right, so the Bullets will get the number 1 overall pick. They win the coin flip. The Bulls fall to 2. On to the NBA draft, and with the number 1 overall pick, the Baltimore Bullets select Louis Dampier. Interesting pick for the Baltimore Bullets. With the 2nd overall pick, the Chicago Bulls select Earl Monroe. With the 3rd overall pick, the St. Louis Hawks select Walt Frazier, a great pickup for the St. Louis Hawks. The Seattle Supersonics, with their first ever draft pick, will select Bob Rule. At number 5, Jimmy Walker heads to New York. At 6, Mel Daniels will head to Philly. At 7, the Boston Celtics take Pat Riley. At 8, the Detroit Pistons will take Phil Jackson. And at 9, the San Francisco Warriors take Dave Lattin. If you guys don't know, I haven't seen the movie. It's, oh my God, what is it called? If you guys haven't seen Glory Road, I would suggest checking that out. The movie is awesome. I love the movie, but David Lattin is entering the league here, and he's the final pick of the 1967 NBA draft. On to free agency here in 1967. Gus Johnson returns to the Lakers, and Thurman will return to the Bullets. They were restricted free agents, so they return to their teams. Dick Barnett is leaving the St. Louis Hawks. He's headed to Detroit at 30 years old and 87 overall. Wayne Hightower returns to Boston. Richie Guerin will return to the Royals. Eddie Miles returns to Philly. So not a whole lot of movement this year. LaRusso does go to the Sixers, but not a lot of top-tier player movement in this offseason. Wilt Chamberlain wins another MVP. That is his 6th regular season MVP, a 3rd straight for a 2nd time. He's won 6 and 7 years. Right in the middle, Oscar won a regular season MVP. He averaged 20 points, 15 rebounds, nearly 8 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks. He's incredible, man. Louis Dampier, he wins Rookie of the Year, 15, 3, and 7. Eddie Miles wins 6th Man of the Year for a 2nd straight year, averaging 19, 11, and 5. Willis Reed wins DPOY, 25, 16, and 2.7 blocks, shooting 60% from the field. He had a legitimate case at MVP too, but I guess Wilt wins it. Jerry Sloan wins Most Improved, 17, 7, and 6. Bill Russell is your clutch player of the year, averaging 18, 11, and 3, 2 blocks and a steal. Interesting that Bill Russell won that award, but okay. Oscar Robertson, Jerry West, Bailey Howell, Elgin Baylor, and Wilt Chamberlain on the All-NBA first team. So 2 Warriors. Oscar averaging 23, 8, and 9. All-NBA second team, Eddie Miles, Jerry Sloan, Billy Cunningham, Gus Johnson, and Willis Reed. Third team, Richie Guerin, Louis Dampier, Rick Barry, Bob Pettit, and Nate Thurmond. Rick Barry actually playing really well, 24, 10, and 7 at 24 years old. He looks pretty good. Obviously, they just came off of a finals loss. Bob Pettit, still all NBA third team in year number 14, 20, 16, and 6 per game. All defensive first team got Thacker, Jerry West, Jack Marin, Bailey Howell, and Willis Reed. Second team all defensive, Oscar, Eddie Miles, Bob Pettit, Nate Thurmond. Willis Reed led the league in points per game. Jerry Lucas led the league in rebounds per game. Oscar led the league in assists per game. By the way, Lenny Wilkens is out for the season for the Philadelphia Warriors. Or Philadelphia 76ers, excuse me. So the defending champs going to have a much tougher time at possibly winning back-to-back titles without one of their best players. So we'll see how that goes. 2 steals for Jerry West led the league, and Willis Reed led the league in blocks per game. The Cincinnati Royals and the San Francisco Warriors will play each other in round number 1, and the LA Lakers will play the Seattle Supersonics. Take a look at these rosters real quick. The Lakers, obviously the Western Conference Finals champs last year. They lost to Philly in the NBA Finals. Walt Hazzard, Rod Thorne, Rick Barry, Gus Johnson, Leroy Ellis, Dave DeBusschere, Lee Schaefer. And for the Seattle Supersonics, Jerry Harkness, Richie Guerin, Tom Sherry, Hub Reed, Bob Rule, and Ernie Beck. Bob Rule, his rookie year, averaged 15 and 11 per game. So pretty good rookie year for him. For the Warriors, you got Oscar, Adrian Smith, Don Nelson, Bob Pettit, and Wilt Chamberlain, with Casey Jones, Red Kerr, Hal Greer coming off the bench. And for the Royals, you got Al Butler, Jeff Mullins, Doug Moe, Bailey Howell, Darrell Imhoff, and Maurice Stokes, with Bill Bradley as well coming off the bench. Philly is the number 1 seed. They'll be playing the Baltimore Bullets. Jerry West, Eddie Miles, Jack Twyman, Rudy LaRusso, Willis Reed, Gil Goodrich for the Philadelphia 76ers. For the Baltimore Bullets, you got Lou Dampier, Lou Hudson, Billy Cunningham, Jerry Lucas, Nate Thurmond, Joe Caldwell. And the 2-3 seeds will be Boston versus Detroit. For Boston, you got Hot Rod Hundley, Jerry Sloan, Elgin Baylor, Wayne Hightower, Bill Russell. And for the Pistons, Al Attles, Tom Galla, Cliff Hagan, Bob Love, and Wayne Embry, with Dick Burnett coming off the bench. So, on to the conference finals. The Supersonics, the Bullets, the Royals, and the Detroit Pistons have all been eliminated. So, we've got the 1 and 2 seeds, the Lakers versus the Warriors, the 76ers versus the Boston Celtics. Game 1 goes to the Lakers and Sixers. Game 2 goes to the Sixers. They knock out the Boston Celtics. The Warriors win game number 2, and the San Francisco Warriors are eliminated. The LA Lakers are back to the NBA Finals. Gus Johnson, 20 points, 6 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block per game. Jerry West with 22, 12, and 6 steals a game in the Eastern Conference Finals. So we do have a rematch from last year. The Sixers swept the Lakers a year ago, but remember what I said earlier. The Sixers are missing one of their best players, and obviously they have a really good team, but they are missing a big piece. So let's go ahead and take actually a look at their roster real quick. They're missing Lenny Wilkens. He's their 3rd best overall player, with Jerry West and Willis Reed being right ahead of him. But Lenny Wilkens is a great player, averaging nearly 19 a game, over 10 assists, 6 rebounds. This is a huge loss for them. Now, you got Jerry West, so Jerry West's numbers look a little bit better, right? He's doing a little bit more. Eddie Miles is playing really well for them. You got Gil Goodrich, 16 and 10. So, Jack Twyman, they've got pieces, but man, losing out on Lenny Wilkens this year, that's a tough one. So, these starting lineups: Walt Hazzard, Rod Thorne, Rick Barry, Gus Johnson, Leroy Ellis versus Jerry West, Eddie Miles, Jack Twyman, Rudy LaRusso, and Willis Reed. Can the Sixers win back-to-back NBA titles? Here we go. Game number 1. And after 1, the Lakers with a 4-point lead. At the half, they have a 5-point lead. And now they're blowing out the Sixers here in the 3rd quarter. And that will do it. I mean, the Sixers made a run at the last second, but it's not enough. 112 to 107 is the final score. Willis Reed with 31 and 8. Gus Johnson with 26, 14, and 4. Rick Barry is also banged up. Yeesh, okay, so look at that. It's a huge difference between his regular season and playoff numbers. Could be the injury. Not good for the Los Angeles Lakers. On to game number 2, where the Lakers have an early lead. Have a 15-point lead at the half. Here come the Sixers, though, but it's not looking good. The LA Lakers win at 106 to 78. Willis Reed with 20 and 16. It's not enough. Rick Barry, through the injury, he's got his team up 2-0 over the defending champions. Wow, was not expecting the Lakers to play this well. Now in LA, where they have a 2-0 lead, and after the half, they're up by 16. Now going into the fourth, they're only down by 10, and the Lakers are just going to pull away again. 111 to 98. Willis Reed with 30 and 12. Rick Barry with 35 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals. 21 and 10 for Gus Johnson. And the LA Lakers have taken a 3-0 series lead. Wow. On to game number 4, once again in LA. This is a little bit more back and forth. Philly trying to keep this series going here. Down to 3 minutes ago, they're up by 8. Can the Lakers come back, or can the Sixers avoid a sweep? And they will avoid a sweep. 111 to 99. Willis Reed with 31 and 11. Jerry West with 21 and 10. Rick Barry 24, 12, and 7. But it was not enough, as we are headed to a game number 5 in Philadelphia. So after the Lakers with the 6-point lead, they'll take an 11-point lead at the half. And I mean, 7 seconds to go, the LA Lakers are going to be NBA champions. 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1, and that will just about do it. We'll pass it in here, and that will do it. The Los Angeles Lakers are NBA champions for the first time in a while, I'll say. It's been since 1956 since the Lakers have won a title. The first time they've won an NBA championship in Los Angeles. Wow. So the Lakers, this is their 4th NBA title, which is will tie the record. The Warriors broke the record 2 years ago for most finals wins. The Lakers have tied it at 4. So the Warriors and Lakers on their own, as far as NBA championships go, the Lakers got swept last year to the 76ers team. Now, obviously, a big injury for the Sixers could have, been the deciding factor. But Gus Johnson and a young Rick Barry get it done for the Los Angeles Lakers. And looks like the finals MVP will be Gus Johnson. So the Lakers are NBA champions once again. Gus Johnson is your finals MVP. 19 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and 1.6 blocks. I'm curious, how did Rick Barry do? Because I feel like only 17, 6, and 5. Okay, yeah, it makes more sense that Gus Johnson wins finals MVP. So there you go. A new NBA champion. No one has gone back-to-back since the Boston Celtics. Will there be finally another back-to-back? We'll see what happens. We've got some retirements here. Frank Ramsey, Bob Hubriggs, and a few other. Jim Paxson, he retires as well. And we've got one jersey retirement. No Hall of Famers, but Frank Ramsey gets his jersey retired by the Detroit Pistons. Now into the 1968 offseason, we've added 2 new teams, the Milwaukee Bucks and the Phoenix Suns, as well as last offseason I forgot to tell you guys, I added in the Supersonics and the San Diego Rockets. So I did forget to put the Rockets and give the Rockets a draft pick. I don't know why, but I completely spaced out. But they will get the number 1 overall pick, and I'll give them some extra free agents to kind of fix that. That was just, I don't know why, but I completely blanked and forgot about the San Diego Rockets. So the draft order right now: Rockets, Bulls, Sonics, Suns, Bucks, Hawks, Bullets, Knicks, Royals, Pistons, Celtics, Warriors, Lakers, and then the 76ers. Now, what we're going to do, because there are 2 new teams, right? We're going to coin flip to see who gets the 4th pick and who gets the 5th pick between the Suns and Bucks. So Suns will be heads, Bucks will be tails, and this is for pick number 4, and it is going to be tails. So the Bucks will have 4, the Suns will have 5, and now to see who gets the number 1 overall pick, it is between the Rockets and the Chicago Bulls. The Supersonics actually were not bad. So let's go ahead and flip it. The Rockets will be heads, the Bulls will be tails, and it will go to the Chicago Bulls. So the Bulls will have the number 1 overall pick. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in the NBA draft. I'm not sure how many players, so I'm probably 8 or 9 players in this draft. But we'll see how it goes. Now into the 1968 NBA draft. There are 8 players in this draft, so the only teams picking will be the Bulls, Rockets, Sonics, Bucks, Suns, Hawks, Bullets, and Knicks. The teams that do not get a pick this year: Royals, Pistons, Celtics, Warriors, Lakers, and the Philadelphia 76ers. So with the number 1 overall pick, the Chicago Bulls will select Elvin Hayes. So Elvin Hayes heads to Chicago. The San Diego Rockets will select Bob Kaufman. At 3, the Seattle Supersonics will select Wes Unseld. At 4, the Milwaukee Bucks select Tom Boerwinkle. At 5, the Phoenix Suns select Otto Moore. At 6, the St. Louis Hawks select Rick Adelman. At 7, the Baltimore Bullets select Greg Smith. And the New York Knicks at pick 8 will take Dick Cunningham. So there you go. There is the 1968 NBA draft. Free agency is here. Willis Reed stays in Philly. Walt Hazzard stays in LA. Don Coaches stays in, or no, he heads to the Warriors. Joe Caldwell to the Bullets. Red Kerr to the Lakers. Mel Counts will stay in St. Louis. Again, not a whole lot of top tier free agents. The top, 2 guys were restricted free agents, so they just re-signed. But there you go. We'll see what happens. Most everything stays the same. So we'll see. Will it be a 3rd straight year between the Lakers and the Philadelphia 76ers? Rick Barry wins his first regular season MVP here in the 1968-1969 NBA season, averaging 20 points, 8.8 rebounds, 6.9 assists, a steal, and a block per game, and coming off of an NBA championship. Elvin Hayes wins Rookie of the Year, averaging 14, 13, and 3 with the Chicago Bulls. Eddie Miles for a 3rd straight year is a 6th Man of the Year. Willis Reed for a 2nd straight year is your Defensive Player of the Year, averaging 24 and 14. All NBA First Team has Oscar, Al Attles, and Cliff Hagan, Rick Barry, and Wilt Chamberlain. Now, Al Attles and Cliff Hagan had a really good year in year 16, but he's with the Rockets. They don't have as much depth there, so it's a little bit weird with All NBA First Team, and he has a broken left toe, so that sucks for him. All NBA Second Team, we got Jerry West, Eddie Miles, Gus Johnson, Elgin Baylor, and Willis Reed. All NBA Third Team, Jerry Sloan, Hal Greer, Bailey Howell with a torn left calf muscle. He's out for the playoffs. Billy Cunningham and Nate Thurman. All Defensive First Team, we got Al Attles, Elvin Hayes, Cliff Hagan, and Willis Reed. All Defensive Second Team, we got Oscar, Dick Barnett, Rick Barry, Wayne Hightower, and Nate Thurmond. Willis Reed leads the league in scoring for a 3rd straight year and no MVPs to show for it. Interesting. He averaged 24 a game, 14 rebounds as well. He led the league in rebounds. Oscar led the league in assists per game. Hal Greer led the league in steals per game. And Willis Reed also led the league in blocks per game. So Willis Reed had a great year. Didn't win MVP. Interesting. Rick Barry was able to get it. It must have been a record. I'm curious because, yeah, the Lakers went 76-6. That's probably the difference there. Willis Reed and the Sixers went 61-21. So that's probably why. The LA Lakers are once again the 1 seed in the West versus the Seattle Supersonics. The Warriors will play the Royals as a 2-3. The Pistons have the number 1 seed. With Archie Clark, Tom Gala, Tom Sanders, Bob Love, and Wayne Embry. They'll play the 4-seeded Boston Celtics. The Baltimore Bullets will play the Philadelphia 76ers, who obviously are the reigning back-to-back Eastern Conference champions and obviously winning the finals 2 years ago. Will we get a third straight year of Sixers-Lakers, or will something else happen? Let's see what happens. The Cincinnati Royals are eliminated. The Baltimore Bullets are eliminated. The Supersonics are gone. The Celtics have also been eliminated. So we've got the Lakers versus the Warriors, Rick Barry versus Wilt Chamberlain and Oscar Robertson, and we got the Pistons versus the 76ers with Willis Reed and Jerry West. Lenny Wilkins is healthy this year. He is their sixth man, averaging 16 and 11 here in the playoffs. Will that make a difference for the 76ers? Here we go. Game number 1, the Lakers and Pistons both win their game ones. San Fran and Philly will both tie their series. The 76ers have been eliminated, so that will end their their run to the finals, ending at 2 there. And the Warriors have been eliminated. The LA Lakers are on to their third straight finals appearance. Wilt Chamberlain got the conference finals MVP, and he lost. Okay, let's just flip that to Rick Barry just for the sake of things. Averaging 17, 7, and 6. Wayne Embry, 19, 7, and 4, and 2 steals for the Detroit Pistons. So the Pistons haven't made it to the finals since 1963, where they lost back-to-back NBA Finals to the Philadelphia Warriors and Wilt Chamberlain. They also then lost it a couple years before that. That was in their run, right, where they were losing a bunch of NBA Finals. And yeah, it wasn't going well there for Bob Cousy, right? But anyways, on to this year, we've got the LA Lakers and the Detroit Pistons. Archie Clark, Dick Barnett, Tom Sanders, Bob Love, and Wayne Embry. That's the starting 5 for the Pistons. The Lakers have Walt Hazzard, Rod Thorne, Rick Barry, Gus Johnson, and Leroy Ellis. So on to the 1968-1969 NBA Finals. And during game 1 here, the Lakers off to an early start. They're up by 5 at the half, up by 16. And going into the fourth, still up by 16, now up by 7 with a minute to go. And that should just about do it. The LA Lakers will take game 1, 119 to 110. Thorne with 24, 6, and 5. Hazard with 20 and 8. Bob Love with 21 and 5. And Wayne Embry with 16 and 8 in the loss. On to game number 2. The Lakers once again at home, but the Pistons have a 2-point lead after 1. The Lakers take an 8-point lead at the half. Back and forth we go, but now the Lakers with a 10-point lead going into the fourth. And with 4.5 minutes to go, they're up by 7. Minute 45, they're only up by 3. Can the Pistons make this a little bit closer here? I mean, 4-point game. Nope, they can't. 123-121. Gus Johnson with 25, 5, and 4. Rick Barry with 17, 8, and 7. Heyman with 29 and 6 in the loss. And the LA Lakers have taken a 2-0 series lead. On to game number 3 in Detroit. The Pistons have a 5-point lead after 1. An 8-point lead at the half. And the LA Lakers storm back in the fourth quarter. They take a lead here. And now with 56 seconds to go, they have a 5-point lead. Yeah, I mean, it's just going back and forth between 5 and 7. That will do it. The LA Lakers have taken a 3-0 series lead. Rick Barry, 37, 10, and 6 with 2 steals for the Pistons. Wayne Embry with 28. Bob Love with 26. And the LA Lakers, for a second straight year, have taken a commanding 3-0 series lead in the NBA Finals. On to game 4. Will the LA Lakers sweep the Detroit Pistons? It's looking like it. Down to a minute and 22. Yep, the LA Lakers are going to win back-to-back championships. And that will do it. The LA Lakers have won back-to-back NBA championships. That also gives them a record 5 NBA Finals championships. 5. They passed the Warriors, who had 4 previously. I don't believe anyone else has 4. There's a bunch of teams with 3, including the Celtics. The Knicks have 3 as well. The Royals, I believe, have 3. Yep, they have 3. So, yeah, those are the leaders. But the Lakers have 4. or have now 5 with the Warriors at 4. We'll see who the finals MVP is. A year ago, it was Gus Johnson when they beat the Sixers in 5 games, as Rick Barry will hoist up the Larry O'Brien trophy, and we'll see who wins finals MVP. It is Rick Barry. What a year for Rick Barry. Regular season MVP, and now the NBA Finals MVP. The Lakers are NBA champions. Rick Barry with 17, 7, and 6 in the NBA Finals. He doesn't put up crazy numbers, but he gets it done. And, you know, the Lakers with back-to-back championships. We'll see. Potentially, free agency could be nuts this year. We'll see what happens. And also, in the NBA draft, it is the 1969 NBA draft. Lou Alcindor is coming into the league. Neil Johnston, George Yardley, Paul Arizin, Dick Rote, Ray Felix, Walter Dukes, Ernie Beck. I mean, look at these names. Larry Costello, Red Kerr. They all retire. We're going to have several Hall of Famers here. We have 3. Paul Arizin, 20 points a game, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal per game, 2-time MVP, 13-time All-Star, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, 2-time Six-Man, 3-time NBA Champion, 6-time All-NBA First Team, 3-time All-NBA Second Team, 4-time All-Defensive First Team, as well as All-Defensive Second Team. An unbelievable career for Paul Arizin. Neil Johnston, 14 and 11 were his career averages, making it to 14 All-Stars. He's a 4-time champion as well, all with the San Francisco Warriors. George Yardley, he retires, and he won his 4 titles with the Warriors as well, averaging 16, 8, and 4 in his career. A 9-time All-Star for him. All-NBA Second Team 4 times, All-Defensive First Team 4 times, and All-Defensive Second Team 4 times. So, man, I mean, we're getting towards the end of that era, right? We're now entering the 70s here pretty soon. Like, the finals will be the 69-70 NBA Finals. So that run of, you know, Bill Russell, Bob Cousy, Oscar, Wilt Chamberlain, it could be coming to an end, and we could be on to a different era. We'll see what happens. Jersey retirements. Dick Rote gets his jersey retired, and Walter Dukes gets his jersey retired by the Boston Celtics. But Grote, who in real life went to play baseball, and here he goes to the NBA, gets his jersey retired. So pretty good career for him. And he won a couple of championships, right? Maybe 3? He had a great career. So this is what the 1969 NBA draft looks like right now. So the Bucks, Suns, Rockets, Bulls, Hawks, Sonics, Knicks, Celtics, Royals, Sixers, and then the Bullets. There are just 11 players in this NBA draft. Now, on to the coin flip. Probably the most important coin flip in NBA history so far. The number 1 overall pick is going to be Lou Alcindor, or later on, as we know, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So the Bucks will be heads, the Phoenix Suns will be tails, and the number 1 overall pick goes to the Milwaukee Bucks. History repeats itself. With the number 1 overall pick in the 1969 NBA draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select Lou Alcindor. Now, his jersey, he's going to have to pick a different jersey number, because his jersey number is technically retired. So it's a little bit weird. But Lou Alcindor goes at number 1 to the Milwaukee Bucks. At number 2, the Phoenix Suns select Bob Dandridge. At 3, the San Diego Rockets will select JoJo White. At 4, the Chicago Bulls select Rick Robertson. At number 5, Bingo Smith will head to the Hawks. At number 7, the Seattle Supersonics select Norm Van Leer. At 7, Lucius Allen heads to New York. At 8, the Boston Celtics select Butch Beard. At 9, the Cincinnati Royals select Bernie Williams. At 10, the Sixers select Steve Mix. And at 11, the Baltimore Bullets will select Willie McCarter. On to free agency here in 1969. Jack Molina still hasn't been picked up, but Rick Barry will... Okay, so I'm going to have Rick Barry return to the LA Lakers. Not sure why he went to no team, but he'll return to the LA Lakers. Billy Cunningham returns to the Bullets. Gil Goodrich returns to the Sixers. Dick Van Arsdale will return to the Knicks. Bob Love, though, leaves Detroit. He heads to New York. Jerry Sloan will leave Boston and head to LA. Interesting. All right. Don Nelson goes to Chicago. DeShinger will head to Boston. Jack Twyman will return to Philly. So an interesting free agency. Rick Barry wins his second straight regular season MVP. That gives him 2 total, and averaging 22 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal and a half, and a block and a half per game, nearly shooting 60% from the field. Lou Alcindor wins Rookie of the Year, averaging basically 20 and 19, 2.6 blocks. He was awesome, shot 52% from the field. Don Nelson wins Sixth Man of the Year, averaging 20 and 7. Willis Reed is your DPOY. Once again, that is his 3rd straight Defensive Player of the Year, averaging 23, 15, and 2, along with 3 blocks and a steal. Bill Bradley is your Most Improved for the Supersonics, 23, 3, and 5. All-NBA First Team has Oscar, Earl Monroe, Bailey Howell, Rick Barry, and Wilt. All-NBA Second Team, JoJo White, Hal Greer, Bob Dandridge, Billy Cunningham, and Willis Reed. Third Team, Louis Dampier, Jerry West, Elvin Hayes, Bob Kaufman, and Lou Alcindor. All Defensive First Team, Dick Barnett, Dick Van Arstel, Bob Kaufman, Elvin Hayes, and Willis Reed. All Defensive Second Team got Oscar Robertson, Adrian Smith, Rick Barry, Bailey Howell, and Lou Alcindor. Earl Monroe led the league in scoring, 26.5 points per game. Alcindor led the league in rebounds per game. Oscar leads the league in assists per game with 9.7. Hal Greer leads the league in steals per game. And Willis Reed led the league in blocks per game with 3 blocks per game. On to the playoffs, the Lakers and the Sonics will once again play each other in round 1. The Warriors and Royals will play each other in round 1 as well. The Baltimore Bullets got the 1 seed in the East with Dampier, Lou Hudson, Joe Caldwell, Billy Cunningham, and Nate Thurmond. They'll play the St. Louis Hawks, and the New York Knicks will play the Detroit Pistons. So, will we get a three-peat? Right? A three-peat? Yeah. Will we get a three-peat with the LA Lakers? It's never been done before. We have not had a three-peat, which is crazy. We've had multiple back-to-backs. The Lakers just did it. The Celtics did it in 64 and 65. The Warriors did it in 62 and 63. The Knicks did it in 53, 54, and the Lakers, Minneapolis Lakers did it in 51 and 52. So we've had back-to-backs. We've had 3 and 4 as well. We've never had 3 straight. Can the LA Lakers do it? The Royals, Knicks, Sonics, and Hawks have all been eliminated. It's the 1 and 2 seed in the West and the 1 and 3 seed in the East. Can Wilt Chamberlain end their run? Will, Oscar, Bob Pettit? And it's a good Warriors team, man. It's a really good team. Can they do it? Game 1 goes to the Lakers and the Bullets. Game 2 goes to the Bullets, who knock off the Detroit Pistons. The Pistons will not be going back-to-back. And the San Francisco Warriors have been eliminated. Rick Barry, 30 points a game, 6.5 rebounds, 8.5 assists per game. Billy Cunningham, 20, 10, and 10. He averaged a triple-double. Wow. All right, both of these guys played really well. And here we go. The Bullets versus the Lakers. Louis Dampier, Lou Hudson, Joe Caldwell, Billy Cunningham, and Nate Thurmond taking on Walt Hazzard, Jerry Sloan, Rick Barry, Gus Johnson, and Leroy Ellis. Can the Lakers do something that's never been done before? We enter game number 1. The Lakers will have home court advantage. They're up by 8 after 1, up by 21 at the half. Yeah, up by 30, 40. They win by 47. Gus Johnson with 26, 7, and 7. Rick Barry with 21, 9, and 9, and 3 steals. DeBusschere, 14, 7, and 6. Lou Hudson with 22. Yeesh. That was a blowout. On to game 2. The Lakers already up by 13, up by 19 at the half. And yeah, the Bullets just can't do it. 116 to 94. Dave DeBusschere had a really good game. 30 points, 8 boards, 6 assists. Rick Barry, 18, 8, and 4. Gus Johnson with 18, 10, and 7. Dampier had 21 in the loss. And on to game number 3. in Baltimore. The Bullets with a 7-point lead after one. The Lakers have taken the lead back, though, here in the third, and now extending their lead in the fourth. A minute and 23, they're up by 19. I mean, they win by 22, 145 to 123. Rick Barry with 33, 6, and 10. 2 steals. Jerry Sloan with 24, 7, and 7. Is this Campy Russell? Oh, it's Kazi Russell. 22, 6, and 5. Gus Johnson with 27 and 3. DeBusschere 17, 9, and 7. Dampier at 25 and 16. Cunningham with 24, 8, and 4. Thurman 21 and 11. And the Lakers have taken a 3-0 series lead. On to game number 4, once again in Baltimore, but the Lakers are just they're too good. They're too good. On paper, they don't seem that good, but they are really good. 2-1, and that will do it. The Los Angeles Lakers have become the first team in NBA history to win 3 straight NBA championships. I mean, they were close to winning 4 straight. Remember, they've gone to 4 straight. They lost the first one. They got swept, so I guess they weren't that close. But, like, we could be talking about a 4-peat. But the Lakers have done it. They've won 3 straight. They've become the first team to do so. The Bullets get swept in their first ever NBA Finals appearance, by the way. The Lakers, this is one of the most dominant runs we've seen. All right? It is the most dominant run. I mean, to win 3 straight when nobody has, it's the most dominant. But think about this. They beat the Sixers 4-1. Since then, they haven't lost. That was 3 years. That was their first run. They haven't lost since. 4-1, 4-0, 4-0. 3 different teams. Absolutely insane. And the Finals MVP will be Rick Barry, his second straight Finals MVP. It's not really surprising that the Lakers are the first team to win 3 straight because they always seem to be that stupid team and I hate them. But 22 points per game, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal, and a block for Rick Barry. Shot 44% from the field, 96% from the free throw line. He was awesome. And, I mean, 3 titles, 2 Finals MVPs, 2 regular season MVPs. I mean, he's only 26. He's on track. He's got a lot of work to do because Wilt, for me, is number 1, greatest of all time. 6 regular season MVPs, 3 titles, 3 Finals MVPs, 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards. Like, Wilt is up there, but if Rick Barry, I mean, he has 2 Finals MVPs. If he wins another regular season MVP and wins 4 straight and wins Finals MVP for a 3rd straight time, we've got to start talking, right? Maybe he doesn't. It's not all about rings for me, right? Just because Wilt, I mean, I guess they have the same amount now. So it's not about rings or Finals MVPs. It's just a collective, right? Wilt does have the 6 regular season MVPs to Rick Barry's only 2. And Wilt has the 3 DPOY awards. So, like, he's still number 1. But I think if Rick Barry wins a 4th straight along with a 3rd straight regular season MVP, we can start talking. I think if Rick Barry wins 5 with 3 regular season MVPs, I think he's solidified as the greatest of all time. But we'll see what happens, right? I mean, Wilt Chamberlain opted in. I'm curious because I was keeping an eye out for it because I'm like, man, he might leave eventually if they keep losing. But he opted into his player option this past year. He's going to be a free agent. He's still 99 overall. We could possibly see Wilt make a move. We'll see what happens. Next episode is going to be really interesting. Obviously, Lou Alcindor, he's now in the league, so that could change some things too. But the 70s could belong to Rick Barry. We'll see what happens. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hit the like button if you did. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Comment down below what you guys think. Who are your guys' top 10 of all time? down in the comments below. I will have the spreadsheet, so go check that out, and it'll be fully updated. I know it hasn't been updating for some reason. I'll fix that, but that should be in there. So let me know in the comments below, what are your guys' top 10 players of all time? And who's your GOAT? And what does Rick Barry have to do to become your GOAT? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in 1970.